Yo, what's good, y'all, man? We got Loki Season 2, major scenes reveal. Loki 2 plot breakdown, man. So, hey, let's check it out, man. Let's see what Loki 2 talking about. You know what I'm saying, man? Tight shit. But, yeah, like I just said, hit the bell, and, yeah, let's get it. I know y'all people like Marvels, man, so I'll give y'all some Marvel videos right now. Yeah.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson, and right now we are about to dive headfirst into the true multiverse saga of the MCU. Starting off Phase 5 with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and our true introduction to
I can't wait to watch that.
Our big bad of the multiverse saga, Kang the Conqueror. Yes, we were sort of introduced to Kang the Conqueror, but we were introduced to He Who Remains in
we was introduced to the other one type shit.
Loki, you know? Who is very different. Something that a lot of people may not realize about He Who Remains is that he actually found a way to end the war, and as he says, he isolated his timeline after that and simply kept his own sacred timeline. This is very different than what we're about to experience with Kang the Conqueror. You see, Kang the Conqueror is really a title, and a true conqueror doesn't just isolate his own timeline and keep it safe from all the other Kangs. That's who He Who Remains was, but Kang is different in the fact that he wants to conquer all of the other timelines. Now, this may seem like common knowledge, but the point that I'm really trying to drive home here is that He Who Remains was actually quite good. And we've recently got some new information about Loki Season 2 that we're going to go over in this video about what to expect from Kang in Loki Season 2 and Kang's variants. The multiversal war, the Secret Wars, is coming. Loki Season 1 was phenomenal, and it was...
that was the best show. Yeah, that was the best show, of course, but that was one of the best shows on Disney Plus. Okay.
Very important to the multiverse saga. It really introduced us to what variants actually are and what they can be. They don't all have to look the same. They can look different. They can also look the same. Some could be good, some could be evil, some could be a man, some could be a woman. Yeah. In a multiverse of infinite universes, there are essentially infinite amounts of variants as well and what they could be. And things are about to go down in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, but then really go down in Loki Season 2. According to insider Daniel RPK, Loki Season 2 is going to feature several different Kang variants and is going to have serious...
yeah, because they killed the main one. Well, you know, the other one. So now there's going to be a lot of Kangs. Yeah.
Go to 1-800-Flowers.com. Find the perfect gift.
And wow the people you love.
Wow. This is amazing.
Applications for the MCU. You see, right now we believe that there are two Kang the Conquerors stuck inside of the quantum realm. If you kind of ignore the fact that the
yeah, I heard about that on Ant-Man. They said it's like 2, but I don't know, yo. It may be though, maybe 2 though. I don't know though. I don't know.
Options for the script of the movie got leaked briefly. Marvel Studios really is doing a good job of not telling us too much of what is going to happen in Quantumania. But we do know that at least 2 Kang variants
it got linked out.
Are going to be inside of the quantum realm in Quantumania. And one of those variants, most likely the one that is speaking to Scott Lang in the trailer, is trying to overcome and overtake the other variant. And this is the main Kang. This is Kang the Conqueror, who is going to be the main villain of the Kang Dynasty and Avengers Secret Wars. That's very important to note because we are about to experience a lot of different Kang variants. So Loki Season 1 told us about the multiversal war. Miss Minutes told us about it a little bit, and then He Who Remains told us the true story. It was a war between all of the different variants of Kang. That is what is going to happen in Loki Season 2. And this is where the TVA is going to be used in a complete...
I'm back, y'all.
Completely different Season 2. And this is where the TVA is going to be used in a completely different way. One Kang the Conqueror, possibly the main one, will be using the TVA not to seclude his timeline and keep it sacred and safe, but will be using the TVA to conquer other timelines. And this is really what Loki and Sylvie and of course Mobius are going to have to deal with in Loki Season 2. The last thing that we heard from Loki in the ending of Season 1 is that he's coming and he's terrifying. But then we saw that the TVA was actually already changed. We saw a statue.
Yeah, statue of Kang,
of Kang the Conqueror, and Mobius had no idea who Loki was. Kang had already altered
Yep, so he wants another timeline pretty much, or a different timeline. They were like, you know me, Mobius? And he was like, what? who would you? You know what I mean?
Everything.
Like,
But
like,
here's
huh?
the
Who
deal.
would you?
Kang is going to use the TVA to try and conquer other timelines, but other variants of Kang are going to be trying to conquer the TVA. Each evil variant of Nathaniel Richards, who was the original name of the first Kang the Conqueror, wants to conquer the other Kangs. And who knows, some other Kangs might have a TVA of their own, because remember, the TVA is only used to monitor one timeline. It's most likely that other Kangs out there have made a TVA of their own. And it looks like we might have a good idea of what Loki, Mobius, and Sylvie will be doing in Loki Season 2. And a new character which is going to be a variant of Kang who is also going to be introduced as well. But first, a big thank you to Factor for sponsoring this video. Look, this new year, I've got goals, you've got goals. And Factor,
Y'all wanna skip it?
I've tried many...
Oh yeah, I'm back, y'all. All right, let's skip this.
Many different
though.
they help you now record variant of a 0 to get 60% off your first Factor box. So according to a report from insider Daniel Richman, we are going to see a very different variant of Kang in Loki Season 2, amongst other variants. Now, one specific variant that Daniel RPK described is described as an inventor in the past who wanted to buy specific things in order to affect the future. Now, although this isn't much, it actually tells us some pretty important information. And let's start with who this variant might be. This might be Victor Timely. Now, for clarification, Kang the Conqueror's real name is Nathaniel Richards, like I mentioned before.
I ain't know that.
And Victor Timely still...
My name's Mike McCluskey. You know who I am? What did I just walk into?
...is Nathaniel Richards. He is simply going by another name. What happens is, in the comics, the Avengers actually defeat Kang one of the times, and then Kang, or Nathaniel, travels back in time to the year 1901. And he travels back to this time to plan a modern conquest. So he goes back to 1901 to Wisconsin, and he poses himself as a man named Victor Timely. He goes on to establish a town that he names Timely. Super original. He becomes the town mayor, and he grows the town, and he sets up many businesses, many factories, and he does a lot of good for it. He also develops a lot of technology that leads to the invention of the original Human Torch android being brought to life. Now, through generations, he posed as Victor Timely and Victor Timely's heirs. So basically, he was Victor Timely, and then Victor Timely's son, and the grandson, and the great-grandson, so on and so forth, much like Kingo did in the Eternals. But Victor Timely, most importantly, also created Chronopolis, and we believe that the city that is in the quantum realm is indeed Chronopolis. Now, it is important to note that Daniel RPK did not know 100% if this variant is indeed going to be Victor Timely. He did say he is not sure, so it's not confirmed to be Victor Timely, but things are kind of connecting here. And another important thing that this does tell us is that in Loki Season 2, it seems like Loki and Mobius are going to be going to the past and trying to find earlier versions of Kang. Now, we know they're not going to the past to try and correct it or to try and kill him, because as we learned in Avengers Endgame, changing your past does not affect your future. It will create a new timeline. And I'm pretty sure Mobius and Loki aren't trying to create any more timelines, because that will create more Kangs. But what I'm theorizing is happening here is that Loki and Mobius are probably trying to get a feel of what Kang's technology really is. How did he develop it? How does it work? How does he harness time travel? And possibly they might be thinking, how could they get a hold of the same technology so they can use Kang's own technology against him? Now, based off of some set photos that we've seen of Loki Season 2 and the tiny little teaser that Disney has shown us so far.
We got a little tiny motherfucker. It's like they were running for something. Not running, but it was like in the old place or something like that. I think so.
We know that Loki and Mobius are going to be going back through time.
Yeah, I was saying, you can tell they're in different time zones,
A lot, from what we've seen and heard so far. And again, since we know from Avengers Endgame, and really from Loki Season 1 as well, that changing the past won't correct the future, we can assume that they're mostly time traveling for information. Or perhaps, and this is my other theory, they are searching for a good version of Nathaniel Richards. The MCU does tend to change things. Rightfully so, because if everything was exactly how it was in the comics, we would know what was going to happen. So Victor Timely, this variant of Kang, could end up being a good guy, and they might be seeking his help to defeat his evil variants. After all, He Who Remains in the Loki season finale did explain that not all were peaceful, meaning that some indeed were peaceful. And he did explain that originally when these different universes made contact with each other, it was really good and they shared technology and helped each other grow and they complemented each other. And basically it was very peaceful, but then some evil variants came and that changed everything. So since we're going to see many different variants of Kang in Loki season 2, I want to assume that some might actually be good. And perhaps the reason Loki and Mobius are traveling back through different points in time is to possibly find some of these nice and good variants. But let us know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, stay up to date on the latest MCU news. For live updates, you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.
But nah, good ass what's this? Major scene reveal and good ass plot breakdown. Good video, man. Banging video. Like it up, sub. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know kind of below, man. And I'm excited for Loki too. Let me know kind of y'all excited for Loki too. Let me know kind of below, man. Like it up, sub. Yeah. All right. Peace.